two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Bare truth is going down. We are in the building. Man, it's crazy that I couldn't even find my big bottles of champagne. So I got like little bitty bottles of grape juice. I didn't even mean to call it champagne, but this is like a sparkling blush raspberry. So turn up for Christ or burn up for life. Don't really care for this bottle. This bottle damn near look like a bottle of beer, which we ain't doing that no more. But what's happening with y'all? Man. I got to tell you, yesterday, um, the show on interracial relationships went down, and so it was a lot of feedback. You know, a lot of positive feedback. I think that we really should have had like some women on there. So if we can do like a part two, we came from like me and G Nice's perspective on how men feel and stuff like that, but we never really got a chance to hear, you know, what is it like for like a black woman to go date a white man, and what kind of feedback has she personally had. I had the videos and they tell you a little bit, but shorty that was trying to say that we used to look at the black woman like she's undesirable, but then again, when she started looking at us and we all talking like we fresh off a prison weight pal, that we are the ones that's indesirable or undesirable. I don't think that's right. And she said somebody clowned her for having a mixed baby, for having a half white baby. So she said that somebody said something to her about that. You know what I mean? And so I don't get it. You dig what I'm saying? I really don't get it. But I will tell you this. Let me see something. Yeah. But yeah. So uh I am live. Just text me. I was a little bit late. But yeah. So I don't get that. I don't, you know what I mean? I I don't know, but I don't speak for all black men, you know what I mean? I can't say that I see uh me saying something, what I mean, to a white girl. You dig what I'm saying? And so let me change my backgrounds because it is a different show. We're gonna do this. No, not right there. Hide that one. We're gonna do this. And yeah, okay. So Jada, if I'm on deck. So I think I started a little bit late, so it kind of threw some people off. So let me just tell her live so she could tap in. Whoever is on deck, you know what I mean, tap in, let me know who rocking with me so I can see your name. Cause I hope I didn't switch my destinations. Nope, I can see my destinations. Bare Truth, my page, and on my YouTube page. So yeah, but listen, so I don't really get what's up, Christina. I see you. Okay, so yeah, now I started a little bit late, so hopefully everybody tap in. Okay, you know what? Really, if I can find somebody who's willing to get up here and what I mean, and talk about what I mean, your experience. I'm talking about from a female perspective. What I mean, we can revisit that though, because we only scratched the surface on that little conversation, because there is another part of it. And then I would like to have a white lady come on the podcast and talk about, why do you feel like, what I mean, you're interested in black men, and what separates black men from other people. I mean, and I want to go deeper than sex. You dig what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that, what I mean, oh yeah, black men, you know what I mean? Right. That ain't gonna get it. You dig what I'm saying? And I mean, if that's your only reason, then feel free to say what you want to say. But I'm talking about, do you feel like black men treat you better than white men? You know what I mean? What is it about black guys? Because let me see, somebody said something. I've only dated black men. Okay, so but I'm so you wouldn't be a good candidate, Christina. You know what I mean? I'm saying we were talking about, but I mean you can definitely, I mean, speak up on it. I mean, from a black person's black lady's point of view about how do they feel when black men date, what I mean, white women. You dig what I'm saying? You know? Okay, she said nope. All right, don't worry about it. You dig what I'm saying? But okay, so in a nutshell, this is what I'm trying to say. Um, G Nice gave his perspective about, where he went to school from. And like I said, from my point of view, where I come from, I grew up in the hood. And so when I said that, I never knew how to talk to a white woman, it doesn't necessarily mean that I never thought that they wasn't beautiful women. I've dated a Hispanic woman. Um, yeah, I think that's about it. Hispanic and black. And I've had like white lady friends, you dig what I'm saying? But I'm talking about a relationship, being in love and saying, hey, you know what I mean? You mine, I'm yours. You dig what I'm saying? I've never had a relationship like that. And so it's not that I don't think that is, you know what I mean, that is love because listen, I'm a God fearing man. And so I feel like this whoever God puts in your life, for you to love, if he send you this person, if that be a white man, Chinese man, an Arab, a Hispanic, black, I think you better snatch him up and you better go on and get somewhere and sit down. You dig what I'm saying? For you be out here by yourself. You don't want me to tell you the elderly story again, the elder abuse story, do you? Be out here tripping, in the senior citizen home, pooping on yourself and pissing on yourself, and ain't nobody gonna change your diapers. So you better try to find love when you can. You dig what I'm saying? And today I wanted to feed off that. I wanted to take it in, let's say, racism. What is this about? You know what I mean? And from black people, it's like we know because we on the forefront of this. You dig what I'm saying? I don't think nobody besides us and maybe the Jewish community that can really say, man, we faced it at its fullest. And so one of I hope it ain't got me pausing. But listen, we didn't see white and black couples where we came from. Me neither, Jada. You did what I'm saying. Now I will tell you this. Let me say this because I should have said it yesterday. My uncle Willie, his wife Mary, my cousin Little Willie mom, she's still my auntie to this day. She checks in on the podcast, and I didn't see her. She must have watched it like last night. And so you did when she watched it like last night, I can probably say that okay, um, then she spent in. But then I could have definitely like used her as an example. Um, she used to spoil the hell out of me. Like when I used to come to Texas, Auntie used to buy me everything, and my sister too. When my sister used to babysit little Willie, little bad self, because he was spoiled. You dig what I'm saying? I'm talking about she rolled out the red carpet. It's like she loved us, and I mean to this day, you know what I mean. I can probably call that lady for anything, and she showed me love. And so shout out to Auntie Mary. You still my auntie. Sugar Bucket is my auntie, but Auntie Mary, I can't take that from you. I was down there with y'all for a whole summer, and so um not everybody is racist or bad, you know what I mean. And like I was trying to tell some like I was trying to say last night with G Nice, it's like the age that we living in like now, like 2023, it's like it's so many mixed kids out here. There's so many black and white couples and so many different couples. It's Asians and whites, Asians and black, Hispanic and black. You dig what I'm saying? It's all kind of people out here now. You know what I mean? And G Nice said something that was pretty cool. Like if you go all the way back, I believe in the Bible. If you go all the way back to Adam and Eve, we all come from two people. And so I'm gonna read some of these quotes, but I want y'all to peep out these little videos that I found today on racism. And so I'm hoping that when I play them, that they'll let the podcast live because on one of them it's going to be some violence, and a lot of times Facebook will try to shut it down until they investigate it. And so we're not trying to promote violence. Want to let you know we're not promoting violence. We are promoting bringing awareness. Hold on. Jada says dating black men is okay. Acting black is not cool. Part. Amen to that. It's like if you white girl, be white. Stop trying to act like you came from East. Hey, you know something, Jada? I gotta agree with you on that one. I was going to say that I promise you that was on my heart and that was on my mind. You know what I mean? Because like when I was in prison, I had a lot of white guys that was my friends and they was cool. And the majority of the times, the ones that I was cool with, you wasn't trying to come to my level. You dig what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Try to talk hip or you know what I mean? Because we come from the hood and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. Just we got a different lingo. We got a different slang. We do things a different way. And I'm proud of where I came from. I'm gonna read some quotes that I'm gonna expound on them. I'm proud of where I come from. You know what I mean? I'm glad of who I am and you know, I'm glad of my peoples. I'm glad, you know, for the struggle and anything else that we went through as black people, because that's what made me. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm with you, Jada, because that's the most irritating thing to see is to see a white person feeling like you got to be black. I'm going to play you a video and I want you to check this out because that's exactly what we're talking about. Let me see which one. All right. First, l- all right, I'm going to play the one that that Jada is talking about. And then I'll play the other one. No, I'm going to play it the other way around. Check this out.
Could you stop? No. Thank you. I'm doing all some video. I did not get paid enough for this. Exactly. I'm very nervous. Thank you. Thank you. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You just kiss your entire future away, babe. Multiple times. She's hit me twice. She's kicked me in the stomach.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That right there was unfortunate, you know what I mean? Because the black girl is working. So wherever she's at a school and she's working in this college. And so the other lady, the white girl, she looked like she drunk. You know what I mean? She looked like she really feeling herself. You know what I mean? And so she's trying to fight her. She's trying to fight Shorty, but Shorty just like holding her. You know what I'm saying? And big as she is, she probably could have wiped her down. You dig what I'm saying? She probably really could have wiped her down, but she's trying to hold her back. And then she steadily saying because you're a nigger and you're a B. You dig what I'm saying? And she just keeps saying it. And then as soon as the police put her in the handcuffs, she's like, you know what I mean? And so as we read some of these quotes, be mindful of that because one of them, when I get to it, you know, it's going to explain that, man. And that, from what I was seeing on YouTube, that was supposed to happen like 6 months ago. So that was just like probably like at the end of last year. You dig what I'm saying? And so as I was just, you know, researching stuff on my topics and stuff when I'm preparing for the podcast, when I seen it, that's one of the things I was trying to talk about like yesterday. You know what I mean? She's evidently she's not that old. So let's say for instance, she's 23 or I think she's 22. So take away 22 years, that's 2001. In 2001, she was born, learned how to talk in probably like 2003, 2004, give or take, you know what I mean, you know, being in a household. So who taught her those words? You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, as we get into these little quotes, we're not, you know what I mean, you're gonna understand that it's not like that. You dig what I'm saying? And so I gotta tell you, it's an ignorance that's being taught by other people. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna let y'all check out this last one because this one is kind of funny. But then we're gonna get into it. We're gonna rap about it. Check this one out.
2 blocks away. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I'm gonna walk to you. I'm gonna walk right to my house for you, bro. Oh God, I'm not trying to disrespect you, bro. I'm not. I'm the same nigga all day, every day. Are you kidding me? Where you from, nigga? Where you from? Where you from? Where the fuck you from? Here, nigga. You from here? Get the fuck out of here, you a clown, nigga. Oh God, you a clown, nigga. You from here? You a clown. What, you gonna smack me with that? Smack me. Smack me! Smack me, nigga. Come on, yeah. Drop it.
Ooh. Yeah, you got yours, buddy.
Call me another fucking nigga. I don't give a fuck. Hey, man, you learned his lesson, man. Ain't no reason to be. Call me another nigga. Ain't no reason.
Hey, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, Jada? In the store talking about something on God, you a clown. In this, in that, igga that. You dig what I'm saying? On God. And they're like he's straight from the hood. And it's not saying that we glorify being from the hood because I don't glorify the conversation on any lanes. And I gotta hold myself accountable when I say that word. You know what I mean? Because sometimes like when I have went back home to the crib to nap where, my family is large and you could be holding conversations with people and it'll like slope you right back into the old you. You know what I mean? Uh yeah, Nitty said, remember I got into it with that dude and Anamosa for that. Yeah. Because and here's the mistake, Nitty. Um, this is what it is to me. We try to take the word and we try to make it, I think Pac might have said it, never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. But we try to take the word and we try to make it, sound positive, but it's not positive because they use it as a way to belittle us and and talk down to us. And then so we turn around and we use it towards each other. And then we get mad when somebody else calls us that. You dig what I'm saying? And it's just like you just can't have it both ways, B. You know what I mean? I think as a whole, we need to get that type of conversation together, but being out of pocket like that, thinking everything is sweet, you know what I mean? You're gonna run into that. You're gonna run into that trouble, you know what I mean? And you see once he got to the ground, Buddy was like, hey, you already got him. No need to beat him senseless. But once you put a person in that zone, you can't really tell him when he need to stop or when he need to knock it off. You know what I mean? He was being cool. Dude touching on him and you know what I mean, wilding and talking like that. So yeah, I totally agree with you, Jada. I think I can get along with anybody. You dig what I'm saying? You just got to be authentic. You know what I mean? If you authentic, be yourself. If you Asian, be Asian. You dig what I'm saying? You ain't got to try to act like you black to be my friend. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not finna get around you and act like I'm Asian. I'm not finna act Hispanic when I'm around you. I can only be me. You dig what I'm saying? And I think that's what makes us unique as people. You know what I mean? Yeah, Nitty, because we get mad when the white people say it, but then again, we talk to each other like that too. And so, but what I was saying though, I think that's what makes us all unique. You know what I mean? And that's where I I love my culture for that. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm first a God fearing man. So let's get that straight out the gate. I love God, and God is a spirit, and those who worship Him must worship Him in spirit and truth. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna always rock in that manner right there. But I love my people. I love our food. I love my mama and them family. I know where they come from. I love the way that they grew up. I love my uncles with all the rugged and rough, whether it was wrong or whether it was right. It's just like, man, I just love my people. Jada says, let me read that, Jada, if I can get it all. She says the European concept of handsome is tall, dark, and masculine. The one you're with is often a reflection of how you feel about self. This is why a lot of brothers get with either a weaker woman or a white woman, especially the ones who make it to a higher. Okay, I'm just going to have to read it now. Make it to a higher success. Racism will always be here until people's heart become pure. Yeah, that sounded super duper intelligent, Jada. I like that. Now, I will say this. Um, Not all brothers are like that. You know what I mean? And you said a lot of brothers, you know what I mean, get with either a weak woman or a white woman. You know what I mean? I do not want no weak woman for nothing in this world. I'll give you like a little tad bit on this story, right? Uh me, me and this lady, man, we went out to eat one day and while we was eating before she left she was supposed to order her son some food. She was going to order her son some food before we left. Now in the process of us before we getting ready to leave and her ordering her son some food, they had messed our order up so bad. Like the wings was just, I mean, they was terrible. Everything about it was wrong. And so the waitress would not come to the table. She wouldn't come back. She's like, okay, I'll be right back. She wouldn't come. She didn't bring us no water. We didn't even get our drinks. Didn't even come and take our order for like 30 minutes after we was sitting there. You dig what I'm saying? And so after she got done, you dig what I'm saying? She was just like, she was telling her like, man, you know what? I got to tell you, the service. I'm not impressed with this service. I'm really upset by the service. And so at the end of the day, she was telling her, let me go talk. Let me talk to your manager. And so took her a few minutes, and she come back, but she don't come with the manager. She comes back and she say, all right, um, my manager says that they'll just charge you for the ones that you ate, and the ones that you didn't eat, then don't, you know what I mean, don't worry about them. And so she kind of lost it. You dig what I'm saying? She snapped on her. She was like, first of all, this is not about no food. She said, it's not about that we can't pay for this meal. She said, we ain't trying to get you for a free meal. She says, I wanted to talk to your manager about your service. And one of the reasons why I was calling you over here, because I was about to place another order for my son. But she said some choice words to Shorty and killed her. When she got done killing Shorty, Shorty went to the back. They brung all the food out there and wrapped it up and gave it to us for free. You dig what I'm saying? And I was amazed. I was like, you dig what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the way that she handled it, because our conversation was cool. We just being cool. We just here, just eating, chopping it up about business, chopping it up about life. And she took it there. And it ain't nothing like that. Having a woman, man, that can stand up and strong and could be like, okay, I could be sweet and ladylike, but if you push me there, fam, I can let you, you know what I mean? I got some choice words for you. Hold on, what Christina says. All right, let me post that, Christina. Being black or any other nationality is not just a stereotype. Being black is multidimensional. Okay. Maybe you should have probably been on here to discuss that. Multidimensional. All right, let's read some of the quotes. Tap in on some of the quotes. If y'all feeling what I'm saying, tap in, man, because we're gonna keep talking about it because I hate racism, but it's been going on for so long in this country that it's not right. You know what I mean? I don't care. You dig what I'm saying? So let me mix them up a little bit um, and try to see where I can start off at. All right, here's one. Check this out. It is no disgrace to be black, but it's often very inconvenient. It is no disgrace to be black, but sometimes it's often very inconvenient. Now, when I read that one and I wrote it down, I was thinking like, okay, what is he trying to say? You know what I mean? I think basically, like I was just saying, I am not ashamed of my family by no means. I'm talking about the alcoholism, the fighting, the family fighting each other. You're not proud of certain things like that, but you learn certain values and you learn certain knowledge and wisdom out of any bad experience that you have. And so when I looked at it, I felt it. You know what I mean? Because as a black person, I love being black. You know what I mean? I love our swag. I love the way we talk. I love how we sing. Like our church music. When you go to a black church and you hear the choir sing, man, they can make you cry. It's not to say that I don't like, secular gospel music, you know what I mean? Because I didn't listen to some of the other stuff, you know what I mean? I can't think of any of the groups right offhand, but there's a few of them that, you know what I mean, I really dig. But I'm gonna tell you, man, uh our people, we different. You dig what I'm saying? It's like Jada, like you cook. You remember how we used to talk about how we used to be at your crib on Seven Deuce when you first had Lil Debo, when we all first started meeting and how we stayed over there. It's like we ate, it's like we clicked, we became our own little family. You dig what I'm saying? Because black people, when we get together, when we at our best and we clicking, man, we have a good time. You know what I mean? You say, I don't know as much as I should as a black woman. I will say being black is yeah, you dig what I'm saying? Exactly. That part right there. We're going to post that part. But being black, she says, I don't know as much as I should as a black woman. I will say being black is amazing. No, you know enough. You dig what I'm saying? You know what the hard times is. And one thing about us as black people, we are survivors. I don't care what you do to me, man. I'm gonna find a way. We improvise. We always on something. True story. It's kind of funny. It's not crazy. I was telling my friend, right? We was talking, and I was telling her how I was in a hole one time, and the hole is in segregation inside. Like say when you locked up in prison, the hole is where you separated from everybody. They pull you out every other day to take a shower. You dig what I'm saying? And so You sometimes you don't get a chance to get your hygiene. You dig what I'm saying? Until they go through all of your stuff. When they take all your property out of your room, then they'll take your stuff, and then it'll take them so long to get it up there. Make a long story short, man, when you take a shower and you don't put no lotion on, us as black people, your skin get ashy, then it start itching. It's the most irritating feeling in the world. Fam, why was they giving me trays? And every time they was give us trays, they used to have these butter pats, and it'd be like two butter pats in each tray, no matter whether you eat it or not, whether you spread it on your bread. Man, I started saving them butter pats, man, and start rubbing it on, man, and start putting it on my knuckles and on my hands. I start putting it on my feet, on my arm. Like until I get me some lotion, I'm gonna make something happen. You dig what I'm saying? And it's just like I just remembered, you know what I mean, as like a little kid, like our mama used to take Vaseline and rub Vaseline all over your face so you can walk outside and so the cold and the hawk won't get to you. You did what I'm saying? I'm just saying we like straight survivors, man. We come up hard, but one thing we do know how to do, we know how to survive. And so I will say this though, it is very inconvenient to be black when you facing a judge or when you're dealing with the legal system. It's very inconvenient to be black when a white officer pulls you over. Not saying that all white officers are evil or mean, but man, don't your heart beat fast? And you don't even have to be dirty. You dig what I'm saying? At this point in my life, I feel so good because I don't do nothing illegal. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I got license. I got L's and I got insurance. The majority of my life, man, I was just out here. I was thugging it out. You dig what I'm saying? I'd be all up and down the highway without no license, no insurance, no nothing. Nowadays, it's just like I'm to the beat. You pull me over, it's like, what do you want? The only thing I would fear for is if he having a bad day or if he trying to, what I mean, stereotype me as the normal black man. You dig what I'm saying? And then you take a chance because of the skin of being shot. But that's a very true statement. It's no disgrace to be black, but it's often very inconvenient, and it can be inconvenient. You know what I mean? You know, when you're trying to get a job or something, and you go in there and your resume can just be as polished as the next person is, but they'll pick the white person over you. You know what I mean? And I hate to say it like that, but sometimes it's true. All right, let's move on, man. But we are survivors, though, Jada. All right, check this out. This is a good one. So this is the one that I was talking about. No one is born hating another person because of their color or background. No one is born hating another person because of their color or background. Racism is taught. So that's what I was thinking about with Shorty on that video. It's like you sitting up here, you done got drunk. You could tell she drunk. But you see what I'm saying? You 22. And so this happened in 22. So you was born in 2000? Come on. And you steadily running around like you a nigger and the B word, just calling her that. And then when the police get her in the handcuffs, nigger, 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 nigger. Who taught you that? You see what I'm saying? And so that's why I keep saying, man, it's just like, you know, uh, it's got to come out of the household. Okay, like say for instance, what if her mother and her father isn't racist, but her grandparents is? So, as people, if you are white, you got to start. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all got to make that existing change to say, all right, we not teaching our kids this. You dig what I'm saying? Because the way that they go to school right now, they ain't got to be involved in that, man. The little kids is innocent. You dig what I'm saying? They don't know nothing but what you tell them. You dig what I'm saying? They just straight up honest. They say what's on their mind. They say what's on their heart. But at the end of the day, they don't know all. You know what I mean? I remember there was a story about these two girls. They used to be neighbors, and one was white and one was black, and they used to play. But like whenever they mom get ready to take the white girl somewhere, like for ice cream or certain like places, she couldn't take her friends with her, her best friend with her because she was black. And the girl used to say that she used to always cry because she didn't understand why, you know what I mean, she couldn't play with her or why she couldn't go to some of the places that she went to. You know what I mean? And she ain't nothing but like 8 years old. So until somebody tell her, you dig what I'm saying, that this country is not like that. But they don't accept her because of her skin color. That's why she can't go to places that you go to. You know what I mean? Until somebody teach her that or tell her that, she didn't know. So she just automatically crying because she just think, you know what I mean, like her buddy being left out. You dig what I'm saying? So that's something, you know what I mean. I'll tell you this one. This one is kind of cool. Racism builds walls, but unity builds bridges. Racism builds walls, but unity build bridges. And I think one of the reasons why I put that down there because um, we used to be like that though too. So ain't no sense in me sitting up in here fronting like at one point in time like I didn't hate white people, like I didn't like them because I did. I was on that. So when I was telling y'all about the African medallion and all of that, you know what I mean? Anybody that knew me back in like 88, 89, 90. You know what I mean? I was on some fight the power. You know what I mean? The white man is the devil. You know, a Neanderthal, a caveman. You know what I mean? I was reading all of these books. I was with the Nation of Islam. And, so one of the things that G Nice was saying yesterday, Malcolm X said that when he was putting the perm in his hair, that he was trying to be like the white man. And I think when he said that, he was coming from that perspective of just joining with the Nation of Islam because I'm not here, what I mean, to hate on the Nation of Islam. But some of the times, you know what I mean, if you sit and you downgrade or degrade another race, you just being, what I mean, really racist like they are. You dig what I'm saying? And so some of the books that we was making, you know what I mean, were where we was reading, not making, where the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to call the white man the devil, you know what I mean, and said that the white man is the devil and that, you know what I mean, he's against the God man, which was the black man. And it didn't do nothing but build walls. You dig what I'm saying? So now we going to school, me and brother Jay. Oh my God, you talking about being on one. Mike McNeil, Mike McCoy, all of us like back in the days, man. Lonnie, well, I ain't gonna say Lonnie. Lonnie, he was still pro black, but I think he had a white girlfriend. I ain't for sure. But I know it was a lot of us. We was on that where we fighting them. Like, you know what I mean? We used to jump on them. We used to fight them to come to the apartments. To come out on 72nd, you used to have to pay us to get in apartments. And matter of fact, before it was Seven Deuce, it used to be the BCP, the Black Cultural Projects. And so that's what it used to be. We used to call it the Jecks. And we ran the Jecks. And so, you know what I mean? That's exactly how, we went. And then, as time changed and we got more into a gang banging type mentality, that's when it came Seven Deuce. Seven minus two is five, nation business. And so we used to be on that. And so that was ignorant of us. But we didn't know no better. And so we felt like if they can call us the N word, then we can call them devils or we can call them, what I mean, cracker, honky, or anything like that. And so what I liked about that one, it says because racism build a wall, but unity build bridges. And so the longer that you're racist or you're prejudiced, so if you got like a little bit of prejudice in you, where you kind of looking at people, you feel like, well, I'm better than you, you know what I mean? You better than me. And I'm talking about, um, I know some Hispanic people that treat us like we ain't nothing. They feel like they better than us. You dig what I'm saying? And it's like, fam, look at what y'all going through. Y'all, hopping over the border just to come over here to a better land. You dig what I'm saying? You can't come over here and get established and then look down on us and be like, oh, we don't like y'all, or y'all doing the most, or you doing this and that. And, you want to be racist and prejudiced against us. Only thing we doing is building walls where we separate each other. But when you in unity, when you build a bridge, then that means that, man, we can start opening up these gaps. When we need to start getting like some fair judges, black judges, you know what I mean, into the courts. We need to start getting some black officers, fair officers into the police stations. You know what I mean? Detectives. You know what I mean? When I caught this case, there were so many dirty things that they did to me just on the fact that I was black. Matter of fact, the fact that me and my co-defendant was black and the girl was white. I never forget my mom coming down to the county jail to see me, man, and she says, she was down there, she was talking to me, and she says, so what color is she? And when I said she white, she was like, I ought to slap. She said, she said, I ought to kill you my damn self. She said, you know they about to hang your ass. And I mean, I felt it in her voice because, like I was telling y'all yesterday, she from West Point, Mississippi. So we already knew that this situation was so minute. It wasn't even nothing. Only thing a person did was stole something and wanted out. And in return, they made me and my man look like we was on some monstrous type stuff. And I'm talking about we didn't even have a clue on what was going on, man. And that's the honest to God truth. You know, what I mean, God is my witness. We didn't have a clue of what was going on. Um, we thought this person had stole from me and had vacated. All along, they downtown plotting together a whole story. It took them 3 days to put this together on how they wanted to do us, and then that's when they came at us and y'all did this, and y'all, you know what I mean? And it's just like I knew you black. You dig what I'm saying? And some of the things that happened to me, even my parole officer, she know. You dig what I'm saying? You caught a bad case because you was black. You got railroaded because you was black. And so until everybody get on that same level and be like, you know what? I ain't gonna act like y'all, even though y'all treat us like that. I ain't gonna act like that. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna have to start somewhere to where we can start doing it. Because like I keep telling y'all, man, these kids, they don't know no better. And so now that we like in 2020, you bringing some kids into this world now after we didn't already had a black president, like Avion, my grandson. He didn't seen a black president in office, so he don't know that. You know what I mean? The White House or Congress, you know what I mean, at one point in time was racist or we was in slavery. You know, unless somebody teach him about it. Until then, he don't know. In his eyes, he can be anything he want to be, and that's how it's supposed to be. You could be anything that you want to be. It's unfortunately, like it says, it's not a disgrace to be black, but sometimes it's very inconvenient. You dig what I'm saying? Racism builds walls, unity builds bridges. I'm trying to build a bridge, B, because if you're trying to win anything, we're trying to move forward. You can't move forward into a wall. If you building a wall is to block or to hide something out or stop something from getting in. But a bridge is that's on a go. You dig what I'm saying? Somebody just said something real big. Okay. Hold on, Jada. Jada says that's because some know their history. Spanish people know we conquered Spain and their capital is named after Hannibal's family. Mexicans know blacks helped take Texas, New Mexico, California, etc. Also, we don't need police officers. We need peace officers. Well, if we're in this country, you dig what I'm saying, Jada, and let me see. We don't need police officers. We need peace officers. People from the community should police the community in schools. Yeah, it makes sense, but then again, you gotta really it's gonna start from the top. You dig what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen unless somebody change the law. You dig what I'm saying? Unless somebody from the upper hand change the laws. And so until you make it up there to the top, you got to start. You know what I mean? Somewhere you got to start building. And I think that it's got to start with like attitude. It's got to start within the heart. It's got to be everybody's got to be in one accord, and you ain't gonna get that just out the gate. But I'm saying each person, instead of you know what I mean. Oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. You just got to start loving. You got to start showing some love. You got to start being an example of what you want to see. That's the reason why I'm always advocating for the women. Now that I done went through my little mess and God sit me down and knocked the wind out of me, it's very important that I show my daughters what a real man is supposed to be. You know what I mean? And so that's how I'm doing it now. To each his own, to whatever mission like you feel like you want to do it. But yeah, I dig that. But you know what? Back in like Malcolm X in them days, you know what I mean? They tried that. You know what I mean? Securing our neighborhoods. The Black Panthers used to do a good job at that. Guardian Angels used to be somewhat of a part of doing some stuff like that. Um, Policing the communities and doing stuff like that. But they're gonna build a wall with the police, because if the police there and you put a peace officer in the place, then that makes the police officer feel like they ain't there, so that can probably turn them more corrupt. You dig what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Check this out. Listen to what this one dude says, and I think it's Frederick Douglass, not for sure, but listen to this. The white man's happiness can't be purchased with the black man's misery. The white man's happiness cannot be purchased with the black man's misery. So think about that. No matter how much hate, no matter how much racism that y'all try, and I'm not talking about the ones of y'all who love, or like I said, when we talked about the Underground Railroad, remember we said the houses where these black families were staying at, and the houses that was hiding these black families, these was white people who loved. You dig what I'm saying? And so not all white people are bad. You know what I mean? But here it is. For those who want to be stuck in a, oh, we want to be segregated. We want our own land. You know what I mean? Utopia, whatever you feel like you want to do. White people should be over here. Black people should be over there. You dig what I'm saying? You still ain't gonna be able to do it by making us miserable or trying to make it look like we don't deserve what you got. You dig what I'm saying? The saying is so true. Misery loves company. So that's just a, you insecure about yourself. You insecure about who we are. We dominant. You dig what I'm saying? How good of athletes we are. You dig what I'm saying? Like our physical physique. You dig what I'm saying? Like anybody know Adrian Peterson, the running back for the Minnesota Vikings. Dude is cut up and swole. Matter of fact, Herschel Walker too. Herschel Walker is like probably like 50 something going on 60. The man abs is like ripped up like crazy. Or if anybody see James Henderson showing his like little stories, fam is my age. Fam is 49. That man don't got like a lick of body fat on him. He's so ripped up. Now be it, he stay in the gym all the time. But there's something just in our genes, that's in our makeup, that's in our melon, that's in us, in our DNA, whether it's just coming all the way back from Africa, you know what I mean, history. Some people just feel like, it was us as one of the original peoples that was on this earth, which I'm not trying to start that as an argument, but to sometimes that has become an insecurity problem to the white man. You know what I'm saying? And not to take nothing away from them as if they don't deserve to be called men or whatever, but I'm saying that's the reason why they raped our women. That's the reason why they killed us, and they was afraid of us. You dig what I'm saying? They pumped fear in us because they were scared of us. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you something. It ain't nothing like an intelligent black man. He's dangerous. You dig what I'm saying? And I mean in a good way. And so that doesn't mean that white men are intelligent and that they ain't cool and that they ain't this and that. Like I told you, I was in a joint. I met some cool white people. But that right there, that's a whole different animal. The white man's happiness cannot be purchased with the black man's misery. So if you out here and you feeling like I pulled this car over, oh, you just a black person. You probably doing this and that. So now you want to take your job too seriously. What's my man George Zimmerman that got down on Troy, the little young kid, feeling like he, you know what I mean, you a neighborhood watch. You want to feel like you want to be important. You dig what I'm saying? So I'll show you. And that's like the judges are doing from all y'all guys that came down from the shy. When y'all come down from the shy and y'all get hit across the head with like these drug numbers, why they knocking y'all in the face? Or anytime y'all get caught up with a gun or anything, why they putting them big numbers on you? Come on, me and Reek, we was down there at Anamosa. Nitty, you was down there at Anamosa. You know who's getting them quarter 70s, them 50 70s. You dig what I'm saying? 85% of their time. You know what I mean? It's us locking all our little young kids up. All I mean, I done seen everybody come through there, man. They really stick it to us. But at the end of the day, the white man's happiness cannot be purchased by the black man's misery. For some odd reason, it feels, and I ain't gonna say it feels, I know it's for a fact, they're intimidated by us, you know? And that's a true statement. I don't want nobody to, you know what I mean, to feel away, but it is what it is. Now listen to this. Race doesn't exist for white America because it has never been a barrier. Blacks in America, we don't have that choice. Listen to that because it's pretty deep. So, all of my white viewers, listen to this because I want you to understand this. Race doesn't exist for white America because it has never been a barrier. Blacks in America don't have that choice. You dig what I'm saying? When it says race doesn't exist for white America because it has never been a barrier, you have never ever had to prove that you are worthy to work a job. You dig what I'm saying? Now, today, as we speed up and we get rid of some racism, you have never been in a position where you had to prove yourself, or where just because you're black, you know what I mean, you got to be in fear of what the police gonna do to you. Or what Emmett Till did down in Mississippi, coming up from Chicago, visiting Mississippi for the summer. He turned around and he whistled at a white woman. What did he do that for? Man, they beat the heck out of that dude. And when they got done with him and putting him in the river, his face looked like the elephant man. And what that's basically saying, white America, you have never had the barriers that we have had as black people. We don't get that choice. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of times when we explain the racism to you, you'll never understand it. You'll never get it until you got that barrier put in front of your face. You know what I mean? Just like our case. You dig what I'm saying? Do you know I've seen people, man, come into prison, man, for way worse and go home? But for some odd reason, they wanted to prove a point. They wanted to kill, they wanted to hurt me and my mans. You dig what I'm saying? All because a person lied on us. I mean, lied to us, lied on us. You dig what I'm saying? And so here we are, you telling me that we done broke the law for something that we didn't even know we was doing. You dig what I'm saying? To keep it 100. And I think the last week of mental health awareness, the last week, I think I'll go ahead and I'll tell y'all the full story of my situation and tell you how I dealt with my mental health. But that is so true. Race doesn't exist for white America. You don't ever see your color, your skin color as a problem. You've always been the dominant one. You've always been the majority in America. You dig what I'm saying? You've always been in a position to call the shots. You've been in the positions to direct, okay, how a neighborhood is going to be ran or how it's going to become, who you'll let in, who you won't let in. You dig what I'm saying? You switch laws according to your favor. You know what I mean? And so as black people, we don't have that choice. We don't, you know what I mean? We don't really get that. You know what I mean? We don't get that opportunity. And so, a lot of times y'all try to figure out, okay, why is it always a black and white thing? I hate to tell you that, man, because we keep struggling with it. I keep asking y'all the same thing. I'm wondering, you know what I mean? Like, you know, why do we have to keep going through this, man? It's 2023. We shouldn't have to be, dealing with this, man. Racism is whack. Straight up, racism is whack. Matter of fact, this one says racism is not a winning goal. Racism is not a winning goal. You know what I mean? The same thing that we were saying. Racism builds walls, but unity builds bridges. The track record of racism in America, you know what I mean? Even through slavery, all the way through, 300 to 400 something years of oppression, where you took our people, you enslaved them, made them work for free. We built this country, and we still getting the lower end of the stick on rights and everything. You pay everybody back. When you bombed in Hiroshima, when y'all went over there and y'all did that, you dig what I'm saying? When y'all went over there and bombed them, y'all started giving them a tax free. They can come over here for so long, tax free. You allowed the Jews to come into this country and get property and come in here and rebuild their communities. But not once have you repaid us for what y'all did to us. You know, y'all never repaid us for what y'all did to us. And then, as soon as we get into a jam, the first thing you want to do, you want to lock us up. You want to give us the most time. And then y'all wondering why, you know what I mean? We keep bringing it up because we keep seeing everybody around us win. Me and G Nice was talking about John Morant, about how he just, here he is. You dig what I'm saying? Just signed a 5-year extension for 200, and I want to say 30 million or 215, however it goes, 200 million over a 5-year period. It's at least 40 million a year. So you do the math, and whatever's extra, just add that on to 40 million a year. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody don't get the, the right to, to get to that standard. And he's only 23 years old. And even though, we might be heartbroken that he did it again and that it's like, fam, you jagging your career. My man Black, he had a story that I was checking out on his thing. And he showed a white guy that played for the NBA. And fam got on 2 guns on his waist, and he's got on a bulletproof vest, and he's waving like guns and all kind of stuff. You dig what I'm saying? And the NBA never once said nothing to him. And at the end of it, he said selective rage or a selective racism, or selective rage or something like that. I forget what it says, but kind of remind me of the Chris Brown. Yeah, yeah. I mean, because you just came out from Cali. Cream just said, and now they talking about reparation for blacks, but can't figure out how to give it to us. I know how you give it to us. Go to the factory and make some more money. Just go on over there and make some more money and drop it off. You dig what I'm saying? When it was the recession going on, y'all went and y'all made more money. Go make some more money and hit us and pay us like you owe us. I think if anybody, you know what I mean, all of the families wherever they came from, figure that out and hit them. You got to hit their hands, man. You dig what I'm saying? That was not cool. Right. Okay, so now listen to this. Racism should have never happened, so you shouldn't receive an award for reducing it. Kind of rough, kind of hardcore. Racism should have never happened. So you shouldn't receive or you shouldn't be acknowledged for reducing it. Now, I don't know why this statement was made. Maybe it was something that was going on to a point where somebody, I mean, might have been receiving like some type of accolade or a reward or accomplishment for maybe doing something. But like a lot of times, my white viewers understand this. Um, you can't go and try to fight on the end of racism just to try to get a pat on the back to try to say, look at what I've done. Look at what we done. Well, we don't do this. We hate and we promote this and we're doing this and that for the black community just so somebody can acknowledge you and pat you on the back. Like I said, it shouldn't have never happened. It shouldn't have never happened. And so everybody that's all the way around the board, you know what I mean, come to your senses. Now we know that's kind of like that's fishing. That's too much. You dig what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it shouldn't have never even happened. Nobody should be treated like that. So you need to, you know what I mean, make this right and do it just because this is something that you need to do. You dig what I'm saying? It's just like knowing the right thing to do and just doing it. You know what I mean? Because you'll get that. And when it's time for like presidencies and stuff like that, people always try to play on the black communities and oh, we want to do this and that. We want to help them out. We want to bring so much to the African American community, and then you get your little funky stuff in the office and you ain't trying to do nothing for nobody. You dig what I'm saying? You're trying to lock us up. You know, remember the three strikes and you out in Cali. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all ain't trying to do nothing. Y'all know exactly who y'all targeting and who you gonna knock in the head. And so these laws is not meant for us. And so we're not gonna get off on a tantrum tantrum about like what white people are doing to us. We're talking about racism as a whole. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that. Okay. This one is pretty dope, but it's kind of it's dope, but it's just like clear and cut. It says achievement has no color. Achievement has no color, and I think that would destroy the fallacy of self-made bootstraps. Okay, G Nice says that would destroy the fallacy of self-made bootstraps. Right. Um, achievement has no color. I think the only thing I really did like about this statement right here is that um, at this point in time in life, as Black people, if you're willing to work hard for it, if you're willing to bust your butt, you could pretty much do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Now, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to bust your butt. But at the end of the day, it's out here for you. You dig what I'm saying? And achievement don't have no color. I mean, everybody can get this money. This money is out here. You dig what I'm saying? And you can do it. You know, what I mean, I don't care if you're Mexican, I don't care if you're Asian, whatever you are, you're still gonna experience some racism. So don't ever act like it's not gonna happen. I think the Asian community, remember about a year or so ago, they was experiencing some hatred and some stuff went down in their communities, and it's like, woe is me. You know what I mean? And I'm not to play lightly on y'all, but man, stuff is happening to us in our community all the time. And the only thing we do is we get a few signs, Black Lives Matter come out, you'll see Ben Crump somewhere around in there in the picture, and then it's over. You know what I mean? Facts. That's it. Then that's the only time we're gonna get together. Put together a bunch of signs, break into a couple of stores and steal some stuff. Ben Crump gonna show up for the family and speak on that, and then life goes right back to where it was supposed to be. You dig what I'm saying? Goes right back to where it's supposed to be. You know, we ain't seeing people really like getting in there and trying to change the law and trying to do some things. You know what I mean? And so I got to tell you, on that level right there, achievement has no color. So if you black, whatever you are, you better try to get it. Hold on, Cream. Now, oh, you should have been on here to explain that. He says achievement has color, just not for us. We have to struggle harder than others do if you think if than others if you think about it. I understand it from a certain point of view, but I'm talking about it's not like it used to be, Cream. It's not like you can't jump in the race. I already told you out the gate, you're gonna have to go a little bit harder than other people are. But then again, sometimes I wish it was just as easy as a white person. I ain't gonna front. I wish that, you know what I mean, it was given to us like that. I wish it was. You dig what I'm saying? But fam, you can make some stuff happen. You dig what I'm saying? It ain't like it used to be where it was just hard on you. Like, man, doors were shut in your face just because you was black. You dig what I'm saying? Now racism is on a more schemeful level. You dig what I'm saying? It's like underground, it's undercut. You dig what I'm saying? You know, we used to call it the overlay for the underplay. It's a bunch of stuff on behind the scenes that you can't really see, and it's the little jabs of racism over here, jabs of racism in the criminal system. You know what I mean? G Nice just said it. Now listen to this. This is dope. Struggle leads to focus, and you know why I feel like that's so true? Because when I used to sell dope, I didn't have a care in the world with the money. How many nights, G Nice, man, we hit the club when we was at Jimmy's and we just bought fifths. Nobody even knew that they were selling fifths until we came in there buying the fifths. So that way we wouldn't have to fight through the line to get back to the bar. And I'm saying all of that because when we used to leave from Jimmy's, we would just take the drug money and we used to just spend it recklessly. But now, when you work in a job, boy, everything count. The credit cards is over here, this car note, everything. Like, man, you got to put stuff together. And so when you out here working hard for this money and you focus, oh man, it means so much more. It means so much more. And it's such a fight. And then not only that, but now you get to leave this example to your kids and to others to say, hey, listen, we out here. We grinding. We can do it. You dig what I'm saying? Like, man, like listen, when I see like man going back home to Indianapolis and seeing my family, like man, I jumped in the truck with my cousin Chill, man. And the man took me to like about six different houses that he owned, that he Airbnb out. That's like downtown, like Indianapolis. Over here, the man got condos, he got houses, and it's like man, life is, you know what I mean? When you say focus, that's the truth. It's like, man, like focus, man. Like, listen, we can do anything and everything that they doing. You know what I mean? And not only that, I love the way that we think. I love the way that we move and we groove. Like Jada said, I love our people. We are some amazing people. We just got to start showing more examples of being amazing. And only advice I can give to white people, if you see it and you got any type of say so in a situation when you can kill racism or you can stand up for racism, I think you need to do that. You need to step up and do it. You dig what I'm saying? All right, it's almost 8 o'clock, but I ain't got to pick my grandson up until 9. So let's rock a few more of these. It says, hating on people because of their color is wrong. No matter what color does the hating. Hating on people because of their color is wrong. No matter what color does the hating. I think that's Muhammad Ali, and that's true because, like I said, I've been in that position before where I've hated on white people. You know what I mean? And I didn't know no better. I just was out of ignorance. I just felt like, you know, uh, y'all want to treat us like this, we can treat y'all like that. So it's ignorance. It was stupid. You know what I mean? And that's all I got to say about that. You dig what I'm saying? All right, check this one out, G Nice. This one is dope because you just said what you said. I can't change where I come from or what I've been through. So why be ashamed of what makes me me? I can't change where I come from or what I've been through. So why be ashamed of what makes me me? I think a lot of my brothers and my sisters, my black people, you need to get that in your head. You need to get that in your mind and focus on that, feast off of that. Everything that happened to you in your life and you still waking up from it. Remember that little saying, what don't kill you only makes you stronger? I'm talking about any and everything that went through. You dig what I'm saying? Don't be ashamed of nothing. Take that fight, that knowledge, and use that as energy, man, to just kill. You dig what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, it worked for me. I'm telling you, coming home from the joint with the label that they had put on me, gone for like 15 years, no matter what people said, it's like, fam, listen, I know who I am. You know what I mean? I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what I did. I know what I didn't do, but I know what I am. You dig what I'm saying? I'm a survivor and I'm going to go. I'm telling you, man, I know how to get money. I've been doing it all my life, ever since I was 5 years old. My grandmother said, and I remember it. I took a rake at 5 years old and went around Arsenal courts and raked leaves in people's yard and was charging them like 50 cents to a dollar and came back and bought all my guys ice cream. I was doing that at like 5 years old. I remember drawing inside a Dr. Seuss book. I put Santa Claus on a bike and a teacher seen it and I won a $50 scholarship when I was in kindergarten. Okay, so check this out. G Nice says, but use it as a tool. It's actually winning. Nothing like being prepared for anything, poor or wealthy. Get to it. And that's all we're saying. You got to use it. You got to use it as a tool because you know what? Every time you lose or every time you hit rock bottom, guess what you got now? You got the blueprint on not how to do that again. Then all of a sudden, too, you also got a recipe to win. Now you got the energy and the motivation to win, but it comes with knowledge and wisdom. So every time you fail, you dig what I'm saying? G Nice says, wealthy kids have no skills, you know? And then again, I've seen some wealthy kids that really pick up off their fathers and learn how to run businesses. You know what I mean? But I understand that though because they've been given a silver spoon, and so they don't know what fight is. When we talking about us coming from the hood as hustlers, one of the things I think why me and G Nice really be trying to give it back to y'all so much is because we've been there. So listen, if we can stand on the block and we can sell dope all day, and we can sit around and we can drink and we can smoke and talk crazy, how come we can't sit in the business rooms in the board meetings, be CEOs, be presidents of companies, or talk to them and do business with them? We sit out there and we chop it up. Everybody want to get drunk and high, want to talk smart on the block. If you really smart, just step your game up. Start reading you some books. Step your language up. Step your vocabulary up. Be able to put on a suit and tie and be able to go somewhere. If you really a hustler, then go get it. Get to it. It's got to be. You got to be for real, for real. Because I mean, that's all you are anyway. If you really think about it, if you was good at selling dope, you got to figure out what you can sell that's legal. You dig what I'm saying? You got to figure out what's your business in the legal realm. That's all you got to do. Real talk. Okay, this one is a little bit more knowledgeable, but check this out. Um, Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I think that's a Martin Luther King thing, and I like that because it's the saying: if you take the smallest of light and shine it into darkness, it will illuminate the whole room. You dig what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do it. And so until you get it into your minds and get it into your hearts that, okay, I'm going to choose to do more love than hate. And I'm going to mix this other one in here because since we're on the same level, it is easier to teach love than to teach hate. You dig what I'm saying? Because hating takes too much energy. You dig what I'm saying? You got to walk around mad. Then you got this person on your mind all the time, and then you thinking about what you don't like about them or what they did to you or how you gonna get back at them, and you done wasted so much time and energy when you could have been filling out filling out a job application. You could have been enrolling in the school or something. You could have did something positive with that energy. So if you out here just tripping like that and you on that, or you figuring out like, oh, I hate black people. You know what I mean? I don't like them, or you know what I mean? Oh, he got a white woman. He bogus. She a sellout. You need to worry about your own love life. Go figure out who makes you happy and then spend your time with them. You know what I mean? You just ain't on a date with nobody. Go get you a date. When you go get you a date, then you ain't got no time to worry about who dating this and why they dating this person because you in love yourself. You dig what I'm saying? This person is in love. They ain't thinking about you. Go get in love, boy, and stop stop playing with people all the time. That's really real. And so it's easier to teach love than it is to hate. I gotta tell you, man, hate, that's a waste of energy, fam. You know what I mean? It's really wasted energy. It's a waste of time. Um, and at the end of the day, it makes you ugly. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It makes you ugly. People really look good when they like laughter is medicine for the soul. You know what I mean? When you find something to laugh about every day and you find out a reason to put a smile on your face, life is beautiful. So, you know what I mean? And then that bleeds out of your character. And so then when you come around people, so like when you're in a good mood, you know what I mean? And you laughing and you upbeat and you up tempo, man, it makes people around you brighter. You look brighter because whoever gets fresh, you know what I mean? And then walk around with a mean mug. You fresh to death and you got on a mean mug. You got on a suit and you got on a mean mug. Like, shorty, you fresh. You got on you a nice little dress, heels and pumps, and you walking around with your face screwed up. People don't do that, man. Get yourself together. Hating is too much energy. Last little one, and we're gonna get out of here. All right. This one was kind of but let's read it and then let me see what you think. My humanity is bound up in yours. We can only be human together. My humanity is bound up in yours. We can only be human together. I think what they were trying to get to when they said that one, and I don't know if this is right, but this is what I feel like. Um, no matter what we do in this country, no matter what has happened, no matter okay, as black people, we can sit back and we can dwell on slavery. You can sit back and just dwell on that all day. You can't go back and change that. You can't go back and free them slaves. You dig what I'm saying? What you can do is you can take what happened to them and you could take what everybody built, like from Martin Luther King, or whether you believe in Malcolm X or Huey P. Newton, whatever direction that gave you a spark as a black person and made you more confident about yourself, and take the change that has happened and work it to your benefit. You dig what I'm saying? Because any which way it goes, white people ain't going nowhere. We ain't finna kick them out of the country. And no, we ain't going back over to Africa. So ain't no such thing as go back to Africa. Them people don't even care for us over there. You dig what I'm saying? Any and everything that's gonna happen is gonna happen right here in America. This is where I'm from, and this is what's gonna happen. So if I'm here, my humanity, my existence, my role, my calling, my career, anything that I'm doing, it's going to entail any and everybody. It can entail every race, whether you Chinese, Hispanic, white, black, I don't care. So in order to act civilized, we got to do this together. In order to coexist, everybody got to be on the same page. And so at the end of the day, ain't no sense of you, like we said, hating, you wasting your time. Ain't no sense of me sitting up hating, oh man, white man is woe is me, and they gonna always keep us in the dirt. You find some people, man, that then got so black that they still in a negative position, and you walking around and you got an attitude for nothing. I'm not about to waste my day like that. I'm finna get up and I'm finna make moves. You dig what I'm saying? I was just a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't understand it for nothing in the world. Like all of these jobs out here, and I'm trying to find me like a third shift job. I just wanted me something to do at night because I don't sleep anyway. So I'm figuring like, boom, why don't I go somewhere, stack another check, and then keep this barbershop going by appointments? There go two sources of income. So for like 2 weeks, man, it was like not even like 2 weeks, maybe like 3 weeks. I didn't hear nothing from nobody. Then all of a sudden today, I got three people hollering at me like interviews, like, you know what I mean? Come over here for this, come over here for that, come over here for that. So I'm about to figure out, you know what I mean, which one pay the most and which one's gonna make me more comfortable where I can keep the barbershop pumping. And I'm about to go find a different way to go get some more bread. That's the attitude of gratitude you gotta have. Just like, listen, get up, get out, and get something. You can't sit around just getting high, getting drunk, and contemplating on, man, the white man bogus, man. They did it, man. All right, now what? Now what? We done figured that out. Now what? White people, you know what you did. You know what you done done, whether you racist or not. You know, only you know in your heart. So you can get around us and smile in our face, but I'm telling you, what's inside of your heart is coming out. You dig what I'm saying? It's coming out. You dig what I'm saying? And so no matter what you're talking about, it is coming out in you. And if you don't want to change, you want to live like that, you know what the one says, there is racism is not a winning goal. You wasting your time. You're doing too much. You know what I mean? You could be doing something more different than sitting around hating on people because of their color. Straight up. I don't know what you're trying to do with your life, but it's up to you. And so I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got for today. And racism. I'll jump back on Sunday. We're gonna figure out something else to do. But it's the bare truth, man. Love versus hate. Racism sucks, y'all. So if you got anything to do with racism, maybe you black and you hating on white people. Maybe you pro black and you just don't like them. You dig what I'm saying? Get that out your heart, because in order for us to make it as a whole, our humanity is bound up in everybody else's humanity in this country. So in order to make this thing work as a human being, we got to be human together. Everybody got to be human together. And white people think about it like this. Boy, you bleed the same color we bleed. Your heart pumps the same as our heart pump. You dig what I'm saying? And so you're not better than us. We're not better than you. You dig what I'm saying? We all just come from different cultures, different lifestyles, different backgrounds. That's it. You dig what I'm saying? And as far as interracial relationships, I think me and you, G Nice, I think we need to do a part two. You know what I mean? I think we scratched the surface and I think we did a good job. Um, but I think we need to go from there. I'm inviting women. I need a black sister, woman who has dated, what I mean, a white guy. What was your reason for that? Or maybe a sister who feel like, you know what I mean? If you feel like there's an issue with black men dating or white woman, speak your truth. I need a white lady to step up and say, hey, why do I date black? What do I feel like a black man has to offer? How do you guys tackle these stereotypes that come with it? You know what I'm saying? Because me and G Nice can give you what we can give you, but at the end of the day, too, it ain't nothing like listening and learning. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, man, I done learned stuff from Jada on how women think by listening to her and her crew. Boy, back on Seven Deuce, sometimes, man, I have sit in a room with Jada and some of her friends and how they talk about guys. And boy, they really put my boots on to a lot, a lot of stuff. And so a lot of times we just trying to learn from each other. How we gonna figure this out if we don't all rap to each other and won't, you know what I mean? And we don't, say what you feel. Don't be scared to say what you feel. If that's how you feel, maybe you might hear something from somebody else that might make you feel a different way or might make you think like, okay, let's, straight up, and so that's it. But I love y'all, man, and I'm gone for today. But check out my boy. G Nice is gonna manage him. He's on all the way up. Hey, that's what we feel about racism. He just said it, so we asked him about racism, and that's how he feel about it. Bare truth.